So let's start by bringing our attention to the physical body and to our posture, setting ourselves up in a serviceable, comfortable position for meditation. So our feet are flat on the floor. And we mainly want to maintain an awareness of the back being upright. We want to try to avoid leaning or slouching. Keep our hands in the lap with the palms upturned and the thumbs forming a gentle triangle. Our eyes are gently closed or slightly open to allow enough light in to avoid drowsiness. And then just scan through from the head down to the toes and see if you can find any places where you're holding unnecessary tension. Try to relax. Let the body fall into this stable, comfortable position. And try to have a sense of withdrawing your engagement from the room, bringing your attention inside the body and mind, and using the physical sensation of the air as it passes into and back out of the tip of the nostrils as a way of anchoring your awareness, and just let go again and again of anything other than that physical sensation that might arise in the mind, trying to hold your awareness on whatever sensations naturally attend the breath. And when the mind feels more calm, and try to establish a broad and virtuous motivation for your effort. contemplating the qualities that you're trying to develop and how they benefit not only oneself, but also how they allow oneself to be able to work more and more effectively for the benefit of others. Wanting to be able to work more effectively and wanting that to be the primary motivation for developing good qualities. So now, in the beginning of Lama Zopa's A Daily Meditation on Shakyamuni Buddha, there's a morning meditation or a morning motivation that we'll be thinking about today. So I'll be reading these sections and then we'll pause and try to really connect, try to contemplate and connect with that motivation. So the first verse is: how extremely lucky I am that I have not died yet. I am especially lucky that my death didn't happen last night. How wonderful and fortunate it is that today I am still a human being, a state that is extremely rare. So we can pause and try to contemplate along that line, not taking the waking up again in this life for granted, bringing to mind what we've heard on the preciousness of our lives, being able to remain in this life with its freedoms and endowments as being something more precious than skies of wish fulfilling jewels. And then the next verse. But this is not all. I have a perfect human body, which is also extremely rare. I have met the virtuous friend who reveals the unmistaken path, complete path to enlightenment, and is extremely difficult to meet. And I have met the Buddha Dharma, which is also extremely difficult to meet. So not only do we have a human life, but all of the spiritual teachings that we need are still present in the world, still understood, still practiced, and our body and mind work well enough to be able to understand and to meditate, to study. We can think about the kindness of the spiritual guides in our lives, helping us, like His Holiness the Dalai Lama and Lama Zopa Rinpoche. I think how incredibly fortunate it is that all of these circumstances have come together at once. And the next verse. Since I have met all of these extraordinarily fortunate circumstances, I should not waste my life in any way. I should make my life as useful as possible for the infinite other sentient beings. Their peace and happiness depend upon me, and my happiness is received only from their kindness. The greater use of my life to other sentient beings, the more it becomes the means to achieve success and happiness for myself. So we think that every benefit that we have received in this life and in past lives, every ordinary temporal comfort and benefit, and even our good qualities, our patience, compassion, generosity, love, they all depend upon countless sentient beings. And and their happiness is dependent upon my qualities, my ability to benefit them and not cause harm. So, ordinarily, we might think that the narrow, grasping, self centered mind is the method, the vehicle for happiness, but ultimately, the broad, unrestricted mind that works for the benefit of all is the real vehicle for true happiness. So try to connect with a strong motivation not to squander this opportunity. And then we think the purpose of my life is to free all sentient beings from suffering and its causes, negative karmas, and disturbing thoughts, and to lead them to not only the ultimate happiness of self liberation, but the peerless happiness of full enlightenment as well. This is my responsibility. So, independence upon seeing how all of our good qualities and enjoyments depend upon sentient beings. We take it upon ourselves to repay that kindness by thinking that the real, the highest, best purpose of my life is to eliminate all possible suffering for all sentient beings. And then we think, I am responsible for the happiness of all sentient beings. Why? Because whether my actions are helpful or harmful to them depends completely on my own mind, on whether I have compassion or not. By generating compassion, I immediately benefit numberless other sentient beings. At the very least, I do not harm them. Here we think that the only thing that I have any control over is my own mind, and the extent to which my mind is habituated to actions that cause harm is the extent to which I will cause harm to those that I meet, and the extent to which my mind is habituated to beneficial states that bring benefit is the extent to which I will benefit sentient beings. So I have to take responsibility for the content of my mind and develop my good qualities so that I become a source of protection, a source of benefit for others who have been limitlessly kind to me. And we think the ultimate purpose of my life is to do perfect work for others. In order to fulfill that purpose, it is necessary for me to achieve the state of full enlightenment, omniscient mind, and in order to do that, I must actualize the path to enlightenment. Therefore, I'm going to do actions that become only causes for me to achieve enlightenment and to bring all sentient beings to enlightenment as quickly as possible. May all my actions become only causes for me to achieve enlightenment and bring all sentient beings to enlightenment as quickly as possible. So think that today, this week, for the rest of my life, my actions of body, speech, and mind are going to be in harmony with my aspiration to perfect my qualities, to be of benefit to all sentient beings. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together. And then we'll dedicate. So recollect your virtuous motivation, the energy that you put into the meditation, and think that you offer that positive energy for the benefit of all sentient beings. Think may that effort become the principal cause and condition for my enlightenment in order that I might work perfectly for the benefit of all sentient beings. For as long as sentient beings remain, for as long as space endures, may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. And think in the snowy mountain paradise, you, the source of good and happiness, all powerful, Chinrezig, Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. Thank you.